teenage footballer has thanked his opponents after they saved his life. Ryan Zon from Aston in Sheffield collapsed on the pitch, but luckily he was facing a team of doctors and trainee medics who gave him CPR until an ambulance arrived. Tom Ingle has more on this story.
Hi mate, how you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, good to see you.
Cheers.
A bond forged in crisis. Two lives forever connected.
I remember during the game you were sprinting down that right wing.
19-year-old Ryan Zon collapsed during a football game. By chance, the other team was made up of student and newly qualified doctors, including Tim Sandals.
It was quite clear in about 30 seconds that he wasn't doing well. His lips were blue, which is sort of a sign of less oxygen in the bloodstream, which of course happens in very serious conditions. So at that point we started CPR. It's great to see him finally. This happened a good 10 days ago. Obviously looked a lot worse than he does now. He's looking great.
Look, really, if they hadn't been there, it would be a totally different outcome. Definitely. I wouldn't be where I am now if they weren't there.
Ryan's story is similar to Fabrice Muamba's, a player for Bolton Wanderers. When he collapsed during an FA Cup match, prompt action from his club's medical team and a heart specialist in the crowd kept him alive. Ryan's family are now hoping to start a fundraising campaign to provide portable defibrillators at smaller football grounds. For Tim and his teammates, what should have been a day off turned quickly into a day at the office. Fortunately, it was a good one.
Tom Ingle reporting there. You can see more on that story on Look North tonight at 6:30 on BBC One. Well, a charity called the Arrhythmia Alliance is currently running a national campaign with Fabrice Muamba to place defibrillators up and down the country. Steve Hayes is from the charity and told me more.
Well, this particular campaign, Hearts and Goals, actually came out of obviously what happened to the footballer Fabrice Muamba, very, very high-profile cardiac arrest on the football pitch back in March 2012. And Bolton actually approached us in the wake of that. Obviously, similar to Ryan's case, it was a good, a happy ending to that story, thankfully. And Bolton Wanderers approached us with a view to running a campaign with us, with Fabrice as the ambassador, as somebody who is sort of living testament now to the importance of early life-saving treatment when somebody collapses with cardiac arrest. We'd been campaigning, obviously, the Arrhythmia Alliance for a number of years on the issue and to try and place as many defibrillators in public places and also just to raise awareness generally of cardiac arrest and sudden cardiac arrest particularly. And this has really just allowed us to sort of launch and propel the campaign and our campaigning efforts on this issue, much further and allow us to reach a much greater audience because a lot of people obviously have heard about what happened to Fabrice. How important are these devices then, Steve? Absolutely crucial. Time is of the essence, really. When somebody suffers a cardiac arrest, you have to intervene very quickly. But CPR, obviously, very, very important, and Ryan's case is a testament to that. That's absolutely vital. But even with CPR, he's beaten the odds because they're still not good at all. And with early defibrillation, your chance of survival actually increases something like 10 times compared to with just CPR, because the devices shock the heart back into rhythm. So absolutely crucial. We've heard many stories, people who've approached us in the wake of the campaign and hearing about what happened to Fabrice. Some of them good endings, happy endings like Ryan's, others where somebody has died. And both highlight just how important these defibrillators, the AEDs are, and they're devices which are incredibly easy to use. They don't require training. We've got this technology there. It's absolutely imperative now that we get it out into communities to use in cases of emergency. Now, you'd think with crowds they get at football stadiums that defibrillators would already be in football grounds. You would, and again, this is something that we're constantly, battling to get that message out there and to say to people just how important the devices are. But yeah, I mean, football stadiums is a good example, but you could take that and you could apply it to anywhere really, anywhere where there are significant groups of people at any one time. Should have one of these devices there, whether it's a shopping centre, a leisure centre, a football ground, yes. But we've placed devices, in communities, just on high streets, in external cabinets. Where a main aim of the campaign is to get the defibrillators not in buildings where they're locked away, but to be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's very possible with external cabinets which are locked, secured, but where the ambulance service knows about the devices, so that in the event of an emergency, somebody phones 999, they get given immediate access to the cabinet and they can take the device out and use it.
Steve Hayes there from the Arrhythmia Alliance.